Now, some civil society organizations have urged the government to reconsider the ratification of the lithium and bauxite mining agreement currently under parliamentary review. They argue that the agreement requires adjustments to better serve the country's interest. This critique arose during stakeholder engagements conducted by the Lands and Forestry Committee, which included consultations with chiefs from affected communities and other CSOs. The following report has more.
The Ewoyaa Bauxite and Lithium Agreement, part of the Atlantic Lithium Project, aims to establish Ghana's first lithium-producing mine. Imani Ghana raised concerns about the agreement, emphasizing the need for a price benchmark mechanism to manage the volatility of lithium prices, which are less stable than gold prices.
If you take the lithium, it has to be matched with other critical metals to produce the battery technology. So the economics of the people buying the lithium is not only based on lithium, but how the economics of other metals are also going. And these are some of the factors that really drive the price. And so what you put in your agreement is to have a price benchmarking mechanism, so you are able to constantly monitor the pricing. And that is what we didn't see in the existing mining lease.
The Deputy Minister of Lands and Natural Resources acknowledged these concerns but emphasized the importance of not adopting rigid positions that could deter investors.
Looking at what you said about the prices on the international market, it stands also to reason that we must be careful whilst we are pushing them very more. From 80, we dipped almost to 1,500, possibly going down. So it is also for us to also be looking at that so that we do not ward off people.
The Omanhinin of the Mankesim traditional area expressed worries about economic stagnation in the region. He noted that designating several arable lands as mining zones has impacted local economic activities.
Since December 2023, no farming, nothing, no economic activity that the people will be using the land which has been declared as the active mining area. What I will want Parliament now to, we all take note of is, if we can now let the potential mining companies know that until this process is completed, maybe they should not declare the active mining area. What about assuming you don't approve? Can they pay the losses that they've caused these communities?
The agreement stipulates a royalty rate of 10% for the government and the people of Ghana. However, Atik Mohammed, Executive Secretary of the Mass Action Committee, called for a comprehensive fiscal regulation and a legal framework to ensure the country is not shortchanged by potential investors.
They are saying that, look, we can introduce these amendments before we then have this lease agreement signed. In which case, you introduce the legislative instruments to make sure that the royalty rate is set at a rate that is agreeable to all Ghanaians. And then when it comes to the free carriage interest, if it is 13% more or whatever, let it also reflect in the law.
In response, Atachian, the MP for Akim Ewoyaa South, shared some reservations about the concerns raised.
I was a bit concerned about legislating an agreement that could be a total put-off. Who is this, with the greatest of respect, investor who believes that, oh, let us dilute the shares, and the government of Ghana will be clapping for that investor without always saying that what you are doing, you want to dilute the shares. Government with a modicum of common sense will rise up to the occasion.
The majority side of the committee accused the minority of boycotting the meeting due to narrow self-serving interests. Despite the minority's boycott of today's committee sitting, the committee has indicated that it will write a report submitted to plenary for a final decision to be taken. Reporting for ChannelOne News, my name is Kennedy Chumisi.